up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. We're going to be talking about Ronald Koeman's interview that he did with the two Catalan-based newspapers in Mundo Deportivo and Sport. And boy, oh boy, were those interviews intense. Secondly, give you guys some contract renewal updates around Roberto and Ansu Fati. And so far, there are some concerns about Ansu Fati and Roberto's contract renewal and continuing at the club. And Barcelona yesterday played a match behind closed door in a friendly match, and they did win that game 2-1. We'll talk about that game, starting lineups, the tactics, all that sort of stuff. And lastly, give you guys some updates around the club, the shirt sponsor, and the Camp Nou capacity. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. It'd be very much appreciated. And also make sure you hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Before we get into this video is sponsored by the OneFootball app. It's an absolutely brilliant football app that I've been using now for the past few years. It's the best in my opinion. It has everything you need: breaking news, transfer news, videos. You have all the matches in the top 5 leagues in one spot, or you can even add more leagues. I believe it has 160 different leagues. And also you can follow your favorite football team. Of course, for me, it's going to be Barcelona. You can have, predictions. It tells you the next games. You have news about it as well. You have a nice little place where you can see all the tables for Champions League, Copa del Rey, Super Cup, La Liga. You can have the squad list as well. You can see all the first team players of Barcelona and some of the Barcelona B players as well. Nice little spot for transfers as well, for everything that's linked to just Barcelona. And during the match, there is live voting of the man of the match. But what I love about this app the most is when we score, it tells you who assists. It tells you if it's a penalty or an own goal. Some apps don't do that. It's absolutely brilliant. Of course, it has full-time stats as well, offside, possession. It also has news on La Liga, transfers on La Liga, and stats as well: top scorer, assists, red cards, yellow cards. This is by far the best football app out there, and the best part is it's free. So top link in the description down below. Give it a go. You won't be disappointed. Let's start off by reacting to Ronald Koeman's interview that he did with Mundo Deportivo and Sport, of course, the two Catalan-based newspapers. And boy, oh boy, did he give us some juicy information. Let's start off with the one from Mundo Deportivo. He starts off by saying the president did well last night and made things very clear. I like it because you always have to make things clear as they are. Our relationship is good. We talk about many things, and in the end, everyone, the president, me, and you, we want Barcelona to succeed. Of course, referring to the fact that Juan Laporta's interview that he did a few nights ago, giving more prominence to Ricky Puig and Samuel Umtiti. I give opportunities to players looking to win a game. It's all about the work. Samuel Umtiti tries to get the most out of training, and he's been better over the past year. Ricky Puig has to improve on things that we've already talked about, of course, behind closed doors. I always look for the strongest team, and every player can show me in training that he deserves more opportunities. In the system and the 11, the coach is in charge, not the president, of course. The team has a bright future. Without injuries, we can aspire for everything. Now for the interview with Sport, which was way more in-depth, he starts by saying, I would like to continue here for many more years and be the coach of a new generation of young footballers at this club. I think thanks to our decision, the coach and the technical staff, Barcelona have young players like Pedri, Ansu Fati, Pablo Gavi with a huge immediate future, and hopefully in 3, 4, or maybe 5 years, I can continue to be their coach. Messi out and Griezmann out. We don't have Ansu, we don't have Aguero, we don't have Dembele. Thinking about the club is sometimes complicated. Yes, I want to renew my contract, and I hope to continue training this new generation for some more years. Well, we're gonna need to win some trophies, mate. To me, Laporta's words appeared perfect. It's time to turn the page. Above everything, I'm a man of the club. I think about Barcelona before I think about myself. Memphis will mark an era at Barcelona. He has a great personality. I am very excited about Ansu Fati this season, but there is no need to rush him. I think that Coutinho can succeed at Barcelona this season. Antoine Griezmann, he had a huge contract, and if he left, he would help the club's economic situation of the club. That's why I agreed to his exit and gave the go-ahead. Luke de Jong, his signing was not improvised. Since the beginning of August, I had already spoken with him to study a possibility of incorporating him. So according to Ronald Koeman, he wanted Luke de Jong since the beginning of August. I mean, I'm calling cap on that. I was wondering how it was possible that Barcelona never had a striker like Luke de Jong. He will give us many variants, especially in aerial play, free kicks, and in corner kicks. With him, we can play more direct football. I am very happy with his signing. Best moment of the 2020-2021 season, of course, last season, undoubtedly it was the Copa del Rey final against Athletic Club. We played a perfect match from start to finish. If our whole squad is available, we will have a very good squad that can challenge for all the titles. Regret to have done what I did with Luis Suarez. No, I arrived at Barcelona to change some things in the team, and we thought it would be a good position for him to leave, and we thought he was going to go to Juventus, but we should never regret having made a decision for the sake of the club. So he thought he was going to Juventus. Of course, looking back on it now, if he's going to Athletic Club, I think Barcelona would have kept him. Of course, he took that test. Apparently, he failed as well. But Barcelona at that point, with the peak of the pandemic, we had to reduce that wage bill. Suarez on what, 600K a week, and plus it was his time to go as well. He was coming to the end of his, prime careers at the club. Something against Ricky Puig? Not at all, no. I've spoken with Ricky many times in training, analyzing what must be improved to have more opportunities in the team. Ousmane Dembele, he's a very, very good player if he's physically well, of course. He has a great 1v1 ability and a lot of speed, and he can play on both wings as well. When he recovers, he'll be a vital football player for the team, but he must renew his contract first. So that's Ronald Koeman coming out back in the board saying that, look, Dembele has to come in and renew his contract before he, plays for Barcelona. So watch out for that. When he fully recovers and he's starting to play and all that sort of stuff, that means his contract is very, very close to be extended. But if he comes back, gets the green light and doesn't play, that means there could be some contract renewal problems. Eric Garcia, he's only 20 years old and he has a brutal future. I saw him in some games for Man City before signing him for us, and I've always liked him very much. Tactically as well, he is very good. Frankie de Jong, I have asked for more runs into the rival area. He has to score more goals. Everyone in general has to score more goals. On Emerson's departure, I told the club if it's important money coming in, he can be sold because we already have Des, Mingueza, and even Sergio Roberto. So Ronald Koeman did give the thumbs up and the green light for Emerson to be sold. Pianch's interview, I think it's a bit of frustration on the part of the player that I understand, but in our way of playing, in our idea of the ball and without the ball, he lost the duel with other midfielders. I wish him the best at Besiktas. I was surprised to see Gavi at 16 training so comfortably with the first team in training and doing quality things. I will continue to bet on the 4-3-3 this season, but if I think we should go back to the 3-5-2, I will. Always thinking about the best for the team, and it must be remembered that even Johan Cruyff did not always use a 4-3-3, and also last season we played our best games in the 3-5-2. And lastly, on Juan Laporta, in the past certain things that he said hurt me, but they're already in the past and we look to the future. So overall from Ronald Koeman, again, like Juan Laporta the other day, very, very strong interview, gave us some, insights about Griezmann leaving, Pjanic, Emerson giving the green light about that. Same with Antoine Griezmann's departure as well. How he will continue with the 4-3-3 this season. But if he has to go back to the 3-5-2, he will. Coutinho, you really, really trust him this season, as well as Ansu Fati and Memphis and Frankie de Jong. And he expects more goals from the entire team. Overall, strong interview. But if Ronald Koeman wants to continue as the Barcelona manager beyond this season, he has to win trophies. Either the Champions League or La Liga will guarantee his contract renewal. Otherwise, it'll be up to the Barcelona board. And of course, if he goes trophyless, very, very unlikely. Like I said in the interview, he wants to renew his contract. He wants to stay at Barcelona for even 4 or 5 more years. We'll wait and see what happens. Do or die season for Ronald Koeman coming up. Now, yesterday, Barcelona participated in a friendly match behind closed doors against AE Prat, a Segunda Division team. It's behind closed door, get the fitness up for the injury players. And of course, there's been no football for the past few weeks, and the game this weekend against Sevilla is suspended. Keeping up the match fitness, all that sort of stuff. Now, on the screen right now is actually the starting lineup for that game. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Mingueza, Arneo Comas, the Barcelona B captain, Samuel Umtiti, and Alejandro Balde. A very interesting midfield three of Roberto holding the midfield with Pedri on the right and Ricky Puig on the left, and a front three of Collado, Luke de Jong, and Felipe Coutinho. Now, Coutinho on the left wing, that's my first warning sign there. Everything else pretty standard, of course, nothing really surprising. Now, Barcelona actually ended up winning this game 2-1. The goal scored by Coutinho and Alejandro Balde. But of course, you might be wondering, we can see the goal against some random Segunda Division team. We did. And guess what? It was from a corner. So, I mean, Barcelona really, really poor in defense. Again, we got to improve on our corner kicks. I wish I could show you the highlights, but of course, I can't. I'll get copyrighted, but go check out Barcelona's YouTube channel. They have it all there. In the match as well, 2 things. Firstly, Pedri and Coutinho were the man of the match. More so Coutinho. He actually got awarded the man of the match by all the media that actually watched the game. Apparently, he was absolutely unbelievable. Scored a goal as well. And secondly, during the game, Ronald Koeman was telling Mingueza and Alejandro Balde to go forward and put a lot of crosses in the box. So, of course, the target man himself, Luke de Jong. So watch out for Barcelona doing that this season. All these crosses coming in from the right back and left back to Luke de Jong. But of course, the main point of this match is to get the fitness up. But then again, you're seeing the same mistakes from Barcelona, conceding from a corner kick, not killing off the game too much. Of course, the starting lineup, by the way, they only played around 60 minutes or so. Then subs came on, Pablo Jabe, all those other players, Nico, all the other reserve players. And again, about the starting lineup, Gerard Piqué, not in it. Of course, he went surfing the other day. Now he's back in Barcelona. He's fully trained with the first team right now. but he did not participate in this game. He's not gotten the medical green light quite yet, as well as Ansu Fati. He is fully fit, ready to go, Ansu Fati, but the club did not want to risk him whatsoever. They want to be 110% sure with him. He didn't play this game, neither did RPK, but overall in this game, most important thing is the fitness. Get the fitness up, get the match sharpness up, the match mind, all that sort of stuff. And it was played on the Barcelona training ground and the Ciutat Esportiva. It wasn't played, the Johan Cruyff for the Camp Nou, nothing like that. Very, very simple training session, and in the end, Barcelona came out with the win. But again, with the game this weekend being suspended, our next game is against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and boy oh boy, we're gonna need our fitness up for that game at the Camp Nou. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates at the club. Firstly, on Sergio Roberto, the fourth captain, coming in from Xavi Lemos from TV3, and he's come out saying that Sergio Roberto's contract renewal was not completed during today's meeting. Some fringes are still pending, and Mateo Marito came out back in that statement as well, saying that Sergio Roberto was not even at the Camp Nou offices yesterday. No contract renewal was discussed. The negotiation continued along the same line. 2 more years. So of course that contract renewal is going to have a wage reduction in there, because of course JRPK, Busquets, and Jordi Alba have all taken cuts. It's now up to Roberto, and by the way, Roberto is the 3rd captain and Jordi Alba is the 4th captain, so take that as you will. But with Roberto, his wage reduction is going to be in a form of a contract renewal, because of course his contract expires this summer. This January he can sign for any other team he wants for free, then in the summer he can leave for free, but of course he wants to stay, and right now the club are kind of desperate to keep him because nothing available in the market. We don't have that much money. We want to spend on big players like Jose Gaya and Erling Haaland. So keeping Roberto for this season is going to be important. He's the backup right back, and of course a backup in the midfield. Let's hope this contract renewal does not dwell on like the Messi exit or that sort of stuff. But with his salary reduction coming in the form of a contract renewal, it will be a bit more difficult. There is an agreement. There's some details left to be sorted out. The wages exactly, the bonuses, all that sort of stuff. Of course, the length of contract will be 2 years guaranteed. So we'll wait and see what happens, but hopefully this won't drag on for too long. The next contract renewal update is on Ansu Fati, coming in from Candacer, and they've come out saying that according to Barcelona, Ansu Fati's contract does end this summer in June 2022, but there is a clause that will extend it for 2 more years until June 2024. But the player's entourage, i.e. his agent Jorge Mendes, believe that he will be free in June 2022, and there's no 2-year option to extend, and Barcelona will take it to FIFA or legislation if they do keep denying it. So it's a big problem right here for Ansu Fati. I think with him taking the number 10, that tells me 1000% that he wants to stay at Barcelona. But the big word for me is his agent Jorge Mendes. When I made a video back in October of 2020, I told you with Jorge Mendes becoming Ansu Fati's agent, it's going to make things complicated. Of course, he has a good relationship with Barcelona. He's a very, very smart and tactical agent. The same thing could happen for Ansu Fati. If he's telling us right now, look, there's no option for that 2 years, because of course he was underage when he signed the contract or whatever the excuse they have, we're going to have to go by it. So Barcelona are going to have to renew Ansu Fati's contract before January, because again, when January hits, he can talk to any single club in the world for free, and Barcelona cannot stop him. And then in the summer, he can leave for free. So Barcelona have to be on top of this, as well as Pedri is in the same boat as well, and of course Sergio Roberto as well. So a lot of contract renewals on the table that have to be done before January. So Juan Laporta and the board have to move quickly, or else we could be losing 3 players by January. Now I do have just a few more updates before I end off this video. Firstly, coming in from eSport 3 about the capacity of the Camp Nou, and they've come out saying that ProSocket has increased the stadium capacity limit from 30% to 40%, and the government have announced some relaxation on restrictions that will be effective from Friday. Thus, 40,000 fans will be able to attend Barcelona's next home match against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Some good news there. We got an extra 10,000 fans for that game, and boy oh boy do we need those culés in the stadium. I think that 10,000 increase will be very, very important. Without the fans, I think we would lose this game with Bayern Munich, but with the fans, we have a chance. And lastly, about the shirt sponsor, coming in from AES, saying that Barcelona have practically ruled out a contract renewal with Rakuten. Barcelona asked them to return to the pre-pandemic conditions, but the Japanese company refused, and from 2017 to 2021, they paid around 55 million euros per season, but for this current season, they're only paying around 30 million euros. So it does look like that Rakuten will not be the shirt sponsor for Barcelona next season, and to be honest, thank God, because we had Rakuten on our shirts for possibly the worst years in this club's history. Rome, Liverpool, Bayern, Messi leaving, PSG, conditions, new elections, all that sort of stuff. I've all been with Rakuten, get them out of the way and bring in a fresh start. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to know firstly about Ronald Koeman's interview, what do you think about that? Give me your thoughts about that. Secondly, on the contract renewal of Ansu Fati, are you guys worried as I am, or are you really calm that he will renew, of course, being given the number 10? And lastly, your thoughts about the match against AE Prat, of course, Coutinho on the left wing, Mingueza at right back, that midfield three with Roberto as the holding midfielder. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.